These 10 Star Wars moments sadly prove that Anakin Skywalker and Padme Amidala's relationship was doomed from the very beginning. Anakin and Padme may comprise one of Star Wars' best couples, but that doesn't mean they weren't seriously flawed. In fact, their relationship is one of the greatest tragedies in Star Wars movies and TV shows. However, there is a reason they fell for one another and were willing to risk it all to be together. In fact, although it's been debated how much Anakin really loved Padme, their love for one another was real. They just faced a series of insurmountable issues that contributed to their tragic end. These 10 moments in particular reveal why Anakin and Padme were fated to fall apart from the beginning of their Star Wars story. Anakin and Padme met in Star Wars, Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, yet that wasn't really the beginning of their trouble. Rather, they met when Anakin was a mere child, and it was appropriate for him to have a crush and for Padme to be oblivious to those feelings. She was a teenage queen of a planet, after all. Padme and Anakin's troubles really began in Star Wars, Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, when an attempt was made on Padme's life. It was this event that ultimately brought them back together. Because someone had been paid to kill Padme, Anakin and Obi-Wan Kenobi were both charged with protecting her, which meant Anakin and Padme coming back together. At this point, it became clear that Anakin had never lost his obsession with her. Sadly, it was precisely this obsession that ultimately catapulted them toward their devastating demise. If Padme and Anakin reconnecting following Padme's assassination attempt wasn't bad enough, the decision by the Jedi Council to send none other than Anakin Skywalker to be Padme's protector on Naboo certainly was. Bewilderingly, the Jedi thought Anakin was best suited to this mission, which would see Anakin alone with Padme on this gorgeous, nearly resort-like planet. Presumably, Anakin was not truly the best equipped nor the most responsible Jedi for the job, and this was simply essential to move the plot along. However, it is one of many moments that sealed Padme and Anakin's fates. On Naboo, Anakin and Padme truly fell in love, even if Padme remained in denial about it for a time. This is where and when Anakin delivered his many iconic lines in Attack of the Clones, from his hatred of sand to his inability to breathe because of how deeply he loved Padme. Ultimately, it was this time alone that propelled Anakin and Padme further on their romantic path. The death of Shmi Skywalker was detrimental to Anakin in every sense, including in his relationship with Padme. In a way, this moment was the beginning of the end for Anakin's Jedi path, as it was quickly followed by his brutal massacre of the Tusken Raider men, women, and children, a clear moment of the dark side. Specific to Padme, though, this was where Anakin's anxiety about his loved ones dying really began, which would shape their future together and his inevitable turn. Specifically, Anakin realized that, even as the Chosen One, he was unable to prevent death. He had been experiencing nightmares about his mother dying, yet he had been unable to prevent the premonitions from coming true. When he began having the same type of nightmares about Padme, he believed the same thing would happen, and it caused him to act completely irrationally. In fact, these very fears led him directly into Palpatine's Sith trap.